Greetings, greetings, esteemed faculty members and fellow students. We are delighted to showcase the work accomplished by the students of Al-Ma'rifa and made possible by an incredibly supportive faculty. Today we are witnessing the great work of Tom Shulman come to life once again. The Dead Poets Society, although set in a school not unlike ours, delves much deeper into the real-life lessons that we would learn. We are shown power through mentorship, companionship, and most importantly, perspective. So allow us to open your eyes into finding your own voice and seizing the day. Consequently, art is expressed through many different forms. Today you are witnessing two of those, the performance done by the students and the writing of Tom Shulman himself. Words and ideas can change the world. So we owe a big thank you to the school for allowing us to express ours. Thank you to Mr. Samir and Mr. Ahmed and Ms. Deepa and all the workers that participated and the students.
Alumni and students. This year marks the 100th year that Welton has been in existence. We are very proud to say that our distinguished students are now engineers, lawyers, and doctors. 100 years ago, in 1859, 41 boys sat in this room and were asked the same question that now greets you at the start of each semester. Gentlemen, what are the 4 pillars?
Tradition, honor, discipline, excellence.
In her first year, Welton graduated 5 students. Last year, we graduated 41, and over 75% of those went to Ivy Leagues. This accomplishment is the result of fervent dedication. This is why parents have been sending us their sons, and this is why we are the best preparatory school in the United States. The key to your success rests on our 4 pillars. These are the bywords for the school and will become the cornerstones of your lives. Welton Society candidate Richard Cameron.
Yes, sir.
What is tradition?
Tradition, Mr. Nolan, is love of school, family, and country. Our tradition at Welton is to be the best and excel at everything.
Thank you, Mr. Cameron. Welton Society candidate Stephen Meeks. Honor, Mr. Meeks.
Honor is dignity and the fulfillment of all duty aspect, educational and personally.
Thank you, Mr. Meeks. Welton Society candidate Knox Overstreet Knox.
Yes, sir.
What is discipline?
Discipline is respect for our parents, headmasters, teachers. Discipline comes from within, but at Walton it's taught and emphasized.
Thank you, Mr. Meeks. Welton Society candidate Neil Perry.
Yes, sir.
Excellence, Mr. Perry.
Excellence is a result of hard work. Excellence is the key to success in school and everywhere.
Gentlemen, at Welton you will work harder than you ever worked in your lives, and the result will be the success we all expect of you. And now let's welcome some of our new students. Mr. Anderson, you have some big shoes to fill in, young man. Your brother was one of our best.
Thank you, sir.
How's your father doing, Mr. Meeks? Your family moved into the new house, Mr. Overstreet?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful, I hear it's beautiful. Mr. Anderson, let me explain that at Welton I assign extracurricular activities on the basis of merit and desire. These activities are taken as seriously as your classwork. Failure to attend required meetings will result in demerits. Mr. Dalton, the school paper, the service club, club and drawing. Mr. Overstreet, the school paper, Sons of Alumni Club. Mr. Perry, Mathematics Club, Chemistry Club, School Annual. And based on your record at Ballincrest, I would say soccer, service annual, and the school annual. Anything else I don't know about? Speak up.
I prefer rowing, sir.
Rowing? Did he just say rowing? But it says here you played soccer.
I did.
You like soccer here. Dismissed.
Why do you leave Ballincrest? Oh, so you're that Anderson.
My parents wanted me here all along, but my grades weren't good enough. I had to go to Ballincrest for enough.
Well, you won the prize. Don't expect to like it here.
I don't.
Where'd you got the newborn? It's quite a speaker, huh?
Oops. Don't mind Pitts. He's always like that.
Hey, I heard you went to summer school.
Yeah, chemistry. My father thought I should get ahead.
Well,
I didn't quite flunk English, so if you want, we've got our study group.
Well, it's of cake.
Sure, but Pitts asked me too. Anybody mind including him?
What's his specialty? Brown nosing?
Hey, he's your roommate.
That's not my fault.
it's not our fault either. We just try not to argue much about him.
Nice to meet you. I'm Stephen Meeks.
Todd Anderson.
Charlie Dalton.
No, sorry, streets. Todd's brother is Jeffrey Anderson.
Oh yeah, sure. Valedictorian, National Merit Scholar.
Well, welcome to Walton.
It's every bit as hard as they say, unless you're a genius like me.
He flatters me, so help him.
And English and trick.
Don't forget history and geography.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Nice having come to open day.
Oh, no, I actually didn't do this myself.
No worries, then. I'll help you. To the east, you can find class, the labs, you know, stuff. To the west, there is Mr. Nolan's office. Be careful, he's a bad spy, and never get close to it.
Please don't scare her like that. This is not as bad as we say it is.
Listen, I have been here the longest, and I know Walton better than all of you.
Okay, fine.
Now let me continue. Where was that? Oh yeah, Mr. Nolan's office. Be careful as you pass by, because it will never end well. And there's the would be on the football team. No one really goes there unless they want to get expelled, or they're just clever enough.
Father.
Okay? Keep your seat, boys. Keep your seat, boys. Neil, I've decided that you're taking way too many extracurricular activities and that you'll work on the school annual next year.
But father, I'm assistant editor.
I'm sorry, Neil.
But father, it's not fair.
Fellas, would you excuse us for a second? I will not be disputed in public.
Father, I wasn't disputing you.
Once you finish medical school and you're on your own, you can do as you please. For now, you will listen to me.
Yes, sir.
You know how much this means to your mother?
Yes, sir. You know me. Always taking on too much.
Good boy. Call us if you need anything.
Why doesn't he let you do what you want?
Yeah, just cut him off.
Oh, that's new. Like you tell your parents, oh, Mr. Future Lawyer, Mr. Future Banker.
Okay, so I don't like it any more than you do. I'm just saying.
Then don't tell me how to talk to my father when you're all the same way, alright?
Alright, fine. What are you going to do?
What I have to do. Ignore the annual.
I certainly won't lose sleep over it just to watch people turn into
I don't care about any of it. Forget it all.
Okay, I don't know about anyone else, but I could use a refresher in Latin. 8 o'clock in my room.
Sure.
You're welcome to join us, Todd.
Yeah, come along.
Thank you.
So, what do you think of my father? What?
Nothing.
Todd, if you wanna make it here, you gotta speak up. The weak might inherit the earth, but they don't get into Harvard, you know?
The first meeting with Mr. Keating.
Nimble young minds. Oh, Captain, my Captain, Who knows where that's from? It was written by a poet named Walt Whitman about Mr. Abraham Lincoln. In this class, you may refer to me as either Mr. Keating or Oh Captain, my Captain. Now, so that I become the source of as few rumors as possible, let me tell you that yes, I too attended this institution many moons ago, and no, at that time I did not possess this charismatic personality. However, should you choose to emulate my manner, it can only help your grade. Mr. Pitts, an unfortunate name. Stand up, Mr. Pitts. Take this, Pitts, and read for us the first stanza of the poem.
The youth to make much of time.
That's the one.
Gather your rosebuds while you may. Old time is still aflight. And this same flower that's passed today, tomorrow will be dying.
Gather your rosebuds while you may. The Latin term for that sentiment is carpe diem. Anyone know what that means? Yes. Very good, Mr. Stephen. Seize the day while you're young. See that you make use of your time. Why does the poet write these lines?
Because he's in a hurry.
Because we're food for worms, lads. Because we're only going to experience a limited number of springs, summers, and falls. One day, hard as it is to believe, we're each going to stop breathing, turn cold, and die. Now, turn around and look at the picture. This is a picture of the students who attended this institution 60 or 70 years ago. They're not that different than any of you, are they? There's hope in their eyes, just like in yours. They believe themselves destined for wonderful things, just like many of you. Well, where are those smiles now, boys? What of that hope? Did most of them not wait until it was too late to turn their lives into even one iota of what they were capable? In chasing the almighty deity of success, did they not squander their boyhood dreams? Most of these gentlemen are young and full of life. However, if you get very close, you can hear them whisper. Go ahead, lean in. Carpe diem, lads. Seize the day. Make your lives extraordinary.
Sorry, I don't hear anything.
Well, you're not supposed to hear anything in the literal sense. I like feel something.
That's you on the front.
You think you'll test us on that?
Oh, come on, Pitts. Don't you get anything?
Boys, quietly open your text to page 54. Little Boy Blue by Eugene Field. The little toy dog is covered with dust, but sturdy and staunch he stands. And the little toy soldier is red with rust, and his musket molds in his hands. Time was when the little toy dog was new and the soldier was passing fair. And that was the time when our little boy Blue kissed them and put them there. Now don't you go till I come, he said, and don't you make any noise. So toddling off to his trundle bed, he dreamt of pretty toys. And as he was dreaming, an angel song awakened our little boy Blue. Oh, the years are many, the years are long, but the little toy friends are true. Aye, faithful to little boy Blue they stand, each in the same old place, awaiting the touch of a little hand, the smile of a little face. And they wonder, as waiting the long years through, in the dust of that little chair, what has become for our little boy Blue since he kissed them and put them there? Ah! This is quite unnecessary. We won't need this in our lives. Make a clean tear, everyone. I want nothing left of it.
What are you boys doing?
Don't try to follow order.
Carry on, boys.
That we could just simply.
Now, many will argue that 19th century literature has nothing to do with our business school or medical school. They'll think that we should learn a rhyme and rhythm and quietly go about our business of achieving other ambitions. Medicine, law, banking, these are necessary to sustain life. But poetry, beauty, romance, love, these are what we stay alive for. Poetry is rapture, lads. Without it, we are doomed. What will your verse be?
At the beginning of class,
I found his senior annual in the library. Captain of the soccer team, editor of the annual, cabbage bound, man most likely to do anything. Fine man, Dead Poet Society.
No,
I know. Mr. K was a head raiser.
What's the Dead Poets Society?
Any group picture in the annual?
Nothing, no mentions of it.
Enjoying your classes, Mr. Perry?
Yes, sir, pretty much.
And our Mr. Keating finding him interesting, boys?
Yes, sir.
Good. We're very excited about him. He was on Rhodes Scholar, you know?
Mr. Keating, sir? Oh, Captain, my captain. What was the Dead Poets Society?
We're a secret organization. I don't know how the present administration would look upon that, but I doubt their action would be favorable. Can you boys keep secrets? The Dead Poets were dedicated to sucking the marrow out of life. That phrase was invoked at the beginning of every meeting. A small group of us would gather in the old cave, and there we would take turns reading Shelley, Whitman, our own verse, and in the enchantment of the moment, let it work its magic on us.
You mean you were just a bunch of fun sitting around reading poetry?
Everyone participated, Mr. Overstreet, and believe me, we did not simply read. We let it drip from our tongues, like honey, gentlemen.
What did the name mean? Did you only read Dead Poets?
All poetry was acceptable. The name simply referred to the fact that to join the organization, you had to be dead.
What?
Full membership required a lifetime of dedication. The living were simply pledges. Alas, even I am still a lowly initiate. The last meeting must have been about 25 years ago. Hasn't been another since.
I say we go tonight. Everybody in?
Where's this cave he's talking about?
Beyond the stream, I think I know.
That's not going to me.
Then don't come.
Do you know how many kilometers we're talking?
Then please don't come.
All I'm just trying to say is that we have to be careful. We can't get caught. Calm down, Charlie. Yeah, Charlie, what do we like to
Well, thank you, Sherlock.
Who's in?
I'm in.
Well,
Come on, Pets.
Then you can help him.
what is this? Something like study group?
Forget it, Pets, you're coming. Makes your grades hurting too.
What about you, Knox?
I don't know, I don't get it.
Come on, it will help you.
How?
Listen, I'm inviting you. You can't expect everybody to think of you one time. Nobody knows you.
It's not a matter of that.
What is it then?
I don't want to come.
But why? Don't you understand what Mr. Keating is saying? Don't you want to do anything about it?
Yes, but
But what? Tell me.
I don't want to read.
What?
Keating said everybody took turns reading. I don't want to do it.
You really have a problem with that, don't you? I mean, how hard did it hurt to read? Isn't that what this is all about? Expressing yourself?
Yeah, Dead Poets. Why me?
I hereby reconvene the Walton chapter of the Dead Poets Society. This meeting will be conducted by myself and a new initiate. Now present Todd Anderson, because he prefers not to read, will keep minutes of the meeting. I will now read the opening message of Society member Henry David. I went to the woods because I wanted to live deliberately. I wanted to live deep and suck out all the marrows of life.
All right, I'll second that.
The millions are waking up for physical labor, but only one in a million is waking up for effective intellectual exertion. Only one in 100 millions to be possible for divine life, to be awake, to be alive.
Hey, that's great.
As one advances confidently in the direction of his dreams and endeavor to live the life which he has imagined, he will meet with a success unexpectedly from an hours.
The cat.
You are old enough to be lost.
So I want to do everything. I'm going to explode.
Listen to this. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever may be for my unconquerable soul. I here and now commit myself to daring.
Yeah!
In addition to your essays, I want you each to write a poem. Something your own to be delivered out in class. See you Monday. And don't think I don't know this assignment scares you to death, Mr. Anderson.
I found it. What I want to do right now, what's really inside of me.
Midsummer Night's Dream? What's that?
A play, dummy.
I know that. What's it got to do with you?
They're putting down at Henry Hall, see? Open tryouts. So I'm gonna act. Ever since I could remember, I wanted to try it. Last summer, I even went to some rehearsal auditions, but of course my father wouldn't let me.
And now you will?
No, but that's not the point. The point is, for the first time in my life, I know what I want. And for the first time, I'm gonna do it, whether my father wants me to or not. Carpe diem, you know?
How? Please, your father won't let you.
First, I gotta get the part. Don't worry about that. As long as I'm concerned, he doesn't need to know about any of it.
Come on.
Nothing's impossible. That's enough. If I won't tell him, at least I won't be disobeying him.
No, before.
Listen, whose side are you on? I didn't even get the part yet. Can I enjoy the idea even for a little while? So, by the way, there's a meeting this afternoon. You coming? None of what Mr. Keating has to say means anything to you, does it?
What is that supposed to mean?
Being in the club means being stirred up by things. You look as stirred up as a log. No, I want you in, but to be in, you gotta act like you're in, not just say you're in.
Listen, you are not like people. When you say things, people listen, people follow you. I'm not like that.
Why? Don't you think you could be?
No, I don't know. I guess I'll never know. The point is, stop interfering. All right, I can take care of myself just fine, all right?
No.
What do you mean?
No.
Now, I want you each to take a slip of paper and line up in a single file. Todd, start.
Be entirely alone with them to find out how much one can stand.
To indeed be a hero. All right, Nia, congratulations.
Sleeve, you did it, I know you did.
No, you didn't. Weren't you the same person saying that it was unrealistic and all?
No, I didn't say such a thing. Don't give him here.
Okay. Knox, have you prepared your poem?
I see a sweetness in her smile. Bright light shines from her eyes. But life is complete. Contentment mine. Just knowing that she. I'm sorry.
It's okay, Knox. Good effort. What Knox has done demonstrates an important point, not just in writing poetry, but in every endeavor. That is, deal with the important things in life. Beauty, love, poetry, justice.
Captain, is there poetry in math?
Absolutely, Mr. Meeks. There is elegance in mathematics. If everyone wrote poetry, the planet would starve. But there must be poetry, and we must stop to examine and even the simplest acts of living. Otherwise, we would have wasted the truly wonderful opportunity that life as human beings offers us. That said, who wants to go next? Come on, I'll get to you all eventually. Look at Mr. Anderson, in such agony. Step up, lad, let's get you out of your misery. Todd, have you prepared a poem?
No, sir.
Mr. Anderson believes that everything inside of him is worthless and embarrassing. Correct, Todd? Isn't that what you fear? Then today you will see that what is inside of you is worth a great deal. I sound my barbaric yawp over the rooftops of the world. Walt Whitman. A yawp, for those of you who don't know, is a loud cry or yell. Todd, I would like you to give us a demonstration of a Yawp.
A Yawp?
A barbaric Yawp.
Yawp.
Good God, boy. Yeah!
Yawp!
Louder!
Yawp!
Again, louder!
Yawp!
There it is. There's a barbarian in the after. Todd, there's a picture of Whitman over the door. What does he remind you of? Quickly, Anderson, don't think.
A madman.
A madman, perhaps he was. What kind of madman? Don't think.
A crazy madman.
Use your imagination. First thing that comes to your mind, even if it's gibberish.
A sweaty-toothed madman.
There's the poet speaking. Now, close your eyes. Close them. Imagine the picture. What do you see?
I close my eyes as image floats beside me.
A sweaty-toothed madman.
A sweaty-toothed madman with a stare that pounds my brain.
Excellent! Have him add, give it with him.
His hands reach out and choke me all the time. He mumbles slowly. Truth is like a blanket that always leaves your feet cold.
Go on.
Stretch it, pull it, it will never cover any of us. Kick at it, beat it, it will never be enough.
Don't stop.
From the moment we enter crying to the moment when you die, you will cover just your head as you wail and you cry and you scream.
Well done. Well done, Mr. Anderson.
But 3, come one more. 2 of both kind makes up 4. Here she comes, crushed and sad. Cupid is a lavish lad, thus to make poor females mad. Never so worry, never so in woe. Bebabbled with the dew and torn with the briars. I can hold on. Yet but 3, come one more. 2 of both kind makes up 4. Here she comes, crushed and sad. Cupid is a lavish lad, thus to make poor females mad. Yet but 3, come one more. 2 of both kind makes up 4. Here she comes, crushed and sad. Cupid is a lavish lad, thus to make poor females mad.
The Boys in the Cave. In fact, I'd like to announce that I've published an article in the school paper in the name of the Dead Poets Society demanding girls be joining at Welton so we can all stop beating God.
You what? How did you do that?
I'm one of the proofers. I slipped the article in.
Oh, it's over now.
Why? No one knows who we are.
Don't you think they'll figure out who did it? Don't you know that the dramatic know what the dead poet society is? Charlie had no one to do something like that.
Are we just playing around out here, or do we mean what we say? If all we do is just read a bunch of poems to each other, then what are we doing, huh?
You still should have done, Charlie. You don't speak for the club.
Would you not worry about your little precious neck? If they catch me in prison, I made it up. All of you are safe. Now, are we gonna have a meeting or what?
In this week's issue of Walter Honor, there appeared to be a profane and unauthorized article about the need of girls at Welton. Instead of wasting my valuable time ferreting out the guilty parties, I encourage whoever was guilty to speak up here and now. Whoever the guilty persons may be, you're getting expelled from this school for your inappropriate behaviors.
Hello? Welton Academy? Yes, he is. Just a moment. Mr. Nolan.
What?
It's for you. It's the authorities. They say we should have girls at Welton.
I will not be mocked, Mr. Dalton. Who else was involved in this?
No one, sir. It was just me.
Mr. Dalton, if you think you're the first person to try to get expelled from school, think again. Many have tried before you and many have failed, just as you will fail. Now, do you still this was your idea alone?
Yes.
What is this Dead Poets Society? I want names.
It's just me, Mr. Nolan. I swear, I made it up.
Due to your inappropriate behaviors, you're getting expelled from this school.
I don't know what misguided impulse caused you to pull that ridiculous stunt, Mr. Dalton. But whatever it was, I hope you learned your lesson.
You're siding with Mr. Nolan? What about carpe diem and sucking out the marrow out of life and all that?
Sucking out the marrow doesn't mean getting the bone stuck in your throat, Charles. You still have responsibilities to yourself and those who care about you.
But I thought...
There's a place for daring and a place for caution, and a wise man understands which is called for. Getting yourself expelled is not an act of wisdom. It's far from perfect, but there are still opportunities to be had here.
Yeah, like what?
Like, if nothing else, the opportunity to attend my classes. Understand?
Yes, sir.
So keep your head about you. A lot of you. Understand?
Yes, sir. Father,
We're going to quit this ridiculous play immediately.
Father,
Don't talk back to me. It's bad enough that you wasted your time with this absurd acting business, but you deliberately deceived me.
Father, please, I thought I'd surprise you. I got all A's and...
Did you really think I wasn't gonna find out? My niece is in a play with your son, says Mrs. Mark. I say, my son isn't in a play. You must be mistaken. You made a liar out of me.
Father, please.
You're gonna quit this play immediately tomorrow.
But the play is tomorrow night. Father, please, you can't do this. Please.
I don't care if the whole world is coming to an end. You're gonna quit it.
Mr. Keating, oh, Captain, my captain. I came here to talk to you about something.
Okay.
Actually, I'd like to talk in private. Please.
Well, everyone out. What is it?
Gosh, they don't give me enough space around here, do they?
Maybe they don't want worldly things to distract me from my teaching.
I mean, why do you do it? With this whole seize the day business. I'd expect you to be out, seeing the world.
But I am seeing the world, Neil. Seeing a student like you take root and bloom. It's worth everything. That's why I came back here. A place like this needs at least one teacher like me. Did you come here to talk about my teaching?
Mr. Keating, my father is making me quit the play at Henry Hall. When I think about Carpe Diem and all that, I feel like I'm in prison. I know we're not a rich family like Charlie's, but he's planned the rest of my life for me without ever asking me what I want.
You can't live a life for someone else. You can only live for yourself. Have you told your father what you told me? Have you shown him your passion for acting?
Are you kidding? He'd kill me.
Then you're playing a part for him too, aren't you? A dangerously self-destructive one. Neil, I know this seems impossible, but you have to tell your father what you feel. You have to show him who you are. It's your only chance.
I know what he'll say. He'll say that acting is a whim and that it's frivolous, and I should just get it out of my mind for my own good.
Well, if it's more than a whim, you'll have to prove that to him. You'll have to show him with your passion and commitment that it's what you really want to do. And if that doesn't work out, at least by then you'll be 18 and able to do what you want.
18? That's 2 years. What about the play? The performance is tomorrow night.
Give your father the benefit of the doubt. Talk to him. Let him see who you are.
Isn't there any other way?
Not unless you want to stay true to yourself. Boys, you can come back.
I went out to bed.
The students are now present at Henry Hall.
Where's Charlie? I'm gonna miss Nell's entrance.
He said something about getting ready before I left.
What does that mean?
You know Charlie.
What is it getting? What's it for?
It's a warrior symbol for virility. Makes me feel potent, like I can drive girls crazy.
But what if they see it, Charlie?
I think that's his point. Then much the better.
Flow now, spirits, whither wander you? Over hill, over dale, over bushes, over briar.
He's good. He's so good. Oh my God.
Oh my god.
Mr. Perry, give Neil a chance
Don't
to
tell me
explain.
how to raise my son.
Neil!
Don't make it worse than it already is.
Where's Cameron? Where's Cameron?
Who knows? Who cares? Next time I see Mr. Perry, I'm gonna smash him. I don't care what happens.
Let us have a moment of silence for fellow pledge, Charlie.
Okay.
right? We mustn't be glum. We wouldn't want it that way. Mr. Meeks, would you like to convene the meeting?
It would be to suck all the mirror out of life. Now, who wants to read?
Boys, don't be shy.
I have something.
Okay.
We are dreaming of tomorrow, when tomorrow isn't coming. We are dreaming of a glory that we don't really want. We are dreaming of a new day, when the new day is here already. We are running from the battle, when it's one that must be fought.
Well done, Mr. Anderson.
Thank you.
Boys, I can see someone coming our way. Try to remain quiet, please. How did you manage to come here, Neil?
I ran away.
As foolish as it may have been to do that, I'll let you stay here for now. False alarm, boys. It's only Neil. Well, go on. Don't waste a second of it. Tell him how wonderful he was today.
That was great fun. Good job.
What if your father finds out about this?
Well, it'll be too late now. I'm already here. Plus, he's planned to change my school either way.
Oh, Captain, what shall we do?
For now, all we can do is wait and see how things unfold.
What? Dad!
Mr. Anderson, I think we pretty well put together what happened here. You do admit to being part of the Dead Poets Society.
Answer him.
Yes, sir.
The other regular members besides Neil Perry are Knox Overstreet, Richard Cameron, Charlie Dalton, Gerard Pitt. Anyone else I don't know about?
No, sir.
Read this carefully. If you have nothing to add or amend, then sign it.
What is going to happen to Mr. Keating?
We're not sure if Mr. Keating has broken any laws yet. If he has, he will be prosecuted. But what we can do, and with your signature and all the other boys' signature, is to ensure that Mr. Keating never teaches again.
Never teaches?
I haven't had enough. Sign the paper, Todd.
But teaching means everything to him.
What do you care?
What do you care about me? He cares about me. You don't.
Sign the paper, Todd.
No.
Todd!
No, I won't.
That's all right. Let him suffer the consequences. You have the signatures of all the boys, but if you don't sign, you're gonna suffer the consequences. You're gonna work every day after school and every Saturday. And if you step a foot off campus, you will be expelled.
True, I won't sign it.
And I'll see you here after classes. We're gonna get him to sign. Since the semester is near the end, I will be taking over the classes through the exams. We will find a permanent English teacher during the Christmas holidays. Now, would anyone like to tell me where we reached at the Hudson textbook?
We skipped around a lot, sir. We covered most of the romantics and the chapters of Civil War literature.
What about the realists?
I believe we skipped most of that.
All right. Absolutely not. Get your things and get out.
Okay.
Now, class, turn your books to page 44. Mr. Pitts, read aloud the poem by Eugene Fields.
The age of being ripped out.
Then borrow somebody else's book.
They're all ripped out, sir.
What do you mean they're all ripped out? No. Here, read.
They made them do it. They made them sign it.
I know that, Todd.
Quiet, Mr. Anderson, leave Mr. Keating.
The true. Neil's father did it. Neil loved acting.
One more outburst out of you, Mr. Anderson, or anybody else in this classroom, you will be expelled. Leave.
Captain.